Good Metal Reviews.
Let's talk about the Wii U.
Yeah, the Wii U. We're a little bit late on this because we made this video and the audio got really fucked. So sorry about that. But Nintendo's kind of in a pickle, I guess you can say. They dropped their Wii U and 3DS sales projections on what they're hoping to sell by the end of their fiscal year, which is the end of March. They were hoping to sell 9 million Wii U's, but they dropped that from 9 million to 2.8 million.
But 9 million wasn't even the original projected amount, was it?
No, it was.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, so that's a lot. And then they even dropped the 3DS from 18 million to 13.5 million. And they were hoping to make a so-and-so amount of a nice profit. Now they're going to take a $335 million loss. Which kind of sucks. That's not very good. So we're here to talk about where Nintendo's making missteps, what they can improve on, and mainly focusing on the Wii U.
Because it really seems like there's not a problem at all with the 3DS.
No, they were probably just trying to shoot too high. I mean, the handheld market's kind of like if you're doing really well, kind of like a 15 million unit market a year, anyways.
I mean, not a lot of you're not gonna get a huge sale with a console.
Yeah.
But handhelds, I don't know. The market for handhelds is looking a lot stronger though, just because of the quality of games that they're putting out for it.
Definitely. So let's talk about the Wii U though. I guess throw out what's your opinion on the Wii U and where Nintendo's fucking up? Because none of us own a Wii U. Why isn't Nintendo, making you want to get a Wii U? Say.
I didn't even really know what a Wii U was for a while. I thought it was
exactly
something that went. It was like a steering wheel looking thing that went with the Wii. Yep. I thought, but it turns out it's its whole new console. It's its own console, and it's like half a step towards the next generation. It turns out it has better processing power and all that stuff than PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. I'm saying it turns out because I didn't know that for a long time. I just thought it was something that went with the Wii that, you connected it and you had this little screen on it. But, I had the wrong idea of what it was. And that's why, I think a lot of people just weren't completely interested because Nintendo's a big company, just the same as PlayStation and Xbox. The Nintendo products are popular. DS, Game Boy, Nintendo 64, all that stuff. It's always been popular, but it's just people don't know enough about the Wii U, and that's Nintendo's fault. And I would probably have maybe looked into a Wii U if their games covered a bit more of a demographic than just, Mario or Zelda or family stuff. Because, at least for me, I've never played Zelda and I get tired of Mario all the time. So something, what people know that I like Pokemon. But there aren't any Pokemon games. They could make a Pokemon game, like a stadium or a Poke Park or something that's new, because Poke Park looks interesting. You get to play as Pokemon and, go around and, this whole adventure thing. But there's nothing like that. It just seems like there's the lack of, spreading the games around to everyone. It's a lot of what seems like family stuff, because the commercials I've seen for the Wii U, it's a family sitting around or a family asking for a Wii U or something, and they're playing it all happily and stuff, and that's just not the case. Be honest. Especially in the United States of America, I play. No one else that I know in my family, aside of my brother, plays video games, and we don't play video games together, really. I just usually play video games myself or with, the people here, Luke and Keith and Titty Boy, and 2 Chains. But, I think that's his nickname or whatever, because on Twitter or whatever, his name is like 2 Chains in parentheses, Titty Boy.
Me?
No, not you. 2 Chainz.
When did you change your Twitter?
I'm gonna change my Twitter name to Titty Boy.
But yeah, I mean, I play video games with these guys, and I don't play with my family, and people that do, I mean, that's a fraction, you know? And where they did have Madden 13 and they had FIFA 13, they don't have FIFA 14, at least from what I've seen, or Madden 25, you know, that's actually a good move for them. Or anything newer in the sports area, or they're just not spreading it around enough, you know? It's... Even with the games and the, what's the word for it? Letting people know about it.
Marketing.
Marketing, yeah. It's just not spread around enough. It's kind of like, oh, yeah, the Wii U is going to be a big thing. Not if no one knows enough about it. And not if there aren't the games that a lot of people want. You know, some people out there, believe it or not, Nintendo, get sick of Mario games constantly. Whether it's, you know, oh, Mario 2D, but it's now in 3D. Or, oh, let's do a couple of Mario 2D things. Or Luigi's Mansion, or Mario's Mansion, or Wario, you know, he doesn't have anything. Or Princess Peach, her mansion. It's just like, you know, branch off a bit from Mario, you know. Maybe a new franchise. Maybe Pokemon, because that's huge. That sold... That probably made, you know, a good profit for your 3DS. You probably would have lowered your sales a lot more if it wasn't for Pokemon saving the 3DS. Well, maybe not saving, but, you know, earning you quite a bit of money.
I'm going to say that was a major reason they sold as many 3DSs as they did.
Yeah.
The amount of people that were in, you know, our local game store buying a 3DS and buying Pokemon X and Y when that game came out was incredible. They made me go buy a 2DS, you know.
Exactly.
So,
and
there's nothing like that. So.
You know, Keith 3DS plays Pokemon. Tyler 3DS plays Pokemon. Luke needs to get a 3DS.
I play Pokemon.
Yeah, exactly. Pokemon sells, and where Mario does sell, it's just I feel like it's not the attraction that the name brings anymore. It's like, oh, Mario, yeah, I know Mario, but I already have like 5 Mario games, and this new one doesn't look too different. I mean, you know, he's in a different castle now, or, you know, it's 2D and 3D or something like that. You know, it's just they need to spread it around a little bit more.
Or even, like, really quick, the biggest system seller that they have out there right now, you know, probably one of the better games, Super Mario 3D World. Yeah, it's probably better than Super Mario 3D Land for the 3DS, but they're kind of still similar. Just get a 3DS.
Yeah,
pretty much play
Yeah.
something that's just a similar experience on the 3DS. Now, the 3DS doesn't have the co-op or anything like that, the multiplayer aspect, but still, it's still kind of the similar experience.
With the Wi-Fi with the 3DS, it could easily be multiplayer.
Yeah, it could have, for sure. It would have been great.
But yeah, I think like there are a couple points where Nintendo fucked up. The marketing is probably like the biggest point.
Yeah.
Because originally when they were talking about it at E3, it's like, oh, this is an addition to my current Wii console. But no, it's like Sam said, it's an entirely new system. It was Generation 3.5. And
Actually, technically, we're in like the 7th or 8th generation by now.
Well,
You count
yeah.
all the OG stuff.
well, yeah, but I mean like
7.
for the
Actually,
majority of
no,
the
it's
current gaming community, we're now in Generation 4.
Yeah.
Of when gaming really took root and hold.
Yeah.
The price point is another issue. It's like what, 200, 300?
300.
It's $300 for a system.
Yes. Now, when you get it though, I mean, you can get like that Zelda Wind Waker HD bundle, so you get a game with it. Or
Yeah.
I know you can get the new Super Mario U bundle, and you get that in the expansion, new Super Luigi U.
But
you also
there wasn't a good like a launch stable.
Hey, I mean,
There was the new Mario, which everyone expected, but there was really nothing other than that.
it's Wii U Sports and Nintendo Land.
Wii Party U's out now.
But it's like,
We party, yo. What?
We Party
Yeah.
U. That's what it's called.
That's, but
They need
that's
more
the problem. They
inventive
need some
games.
actual. They're not, and I think this is like probably the third biggest issue. They're not interesting to third-party developers. They have no interest in forming relationships with third-party developers, and no one wants to develop for the Wii U. They're all just kind of ignoring each other.
What is that? Was that your last point? Or?
Yeah, pretty much.
Also, because I mean, the Wii U doesn't sell.
Yeah.
They haven't. Well, it hasn't been selling as well.
It hasn't
So
been
they're
marketed well, which would
Yeah.
attribute to it not selling well.
Yeah, with the whole marketing thing. To put it in perspective, and I'm suffering from deja vu because I remember making this point the last time we did this video, which is, right before and right after the Wii U came out, I saw all kinds of Wii U commercials. I saw a Zombie U commercials. I think I saw Super Mario Bros. Wii U.
Super Mario Bros. U, I think.
I think that came out right around launch, didn't it?
That was the launch game, I think.
That was the launch title.
I saw that, and I saw lots of that, and then I literally think I saw nothing until Wind Waker HD came out. Literally, that's almost a year gap in between of not hearing anything.
To add to your point, even to this day, I've not seen one damn Wii U commercial on TV.
Yeah, I've
Nothing.
yet to
I see
really
PS4 and
Wii U.
Xbox
I've
One
seen a
on.
couple.
I've seen it
all the time.
I've seen a couple.
But I haven't
yeah.
seen it.
That's because occasionally on my bum days, I sit there and I watch hours and hours of TV.
I
So
see them like blue moons.
Yeah.
Just every once in a while.
So my odds of seeing them go up is in any idea. And here's the thing: I think the Wii U may possibly bounce back. And here's my reasoning, which is if you look at kind of almost a similar situation, which is the Kinect for the 360. A similar situation, which is a piece of hardware that third-party developers might not want to make use for because they're not too sure about it. So what did Microsoft do after the Kinect came out? They put out like 10 games that function solely on the Kinect's functionality.
poorly, but yeah.
But like I said, it got people, Just Dance, whatever the Just Dance game that they put out, those Kinectimals, even though that's pretty bad. Like
Gun Stringer.
there was a lot of, hell, now you can play Fruit Ninja on Kinect. Like they kind of set this thing where people saw the use of the Kinect, and that's why you started seeing games like Skyrim incorporate Kinect functionality, Dead Space Kinect functionality. A couple other games, there's probably a couple other ones I'm not thinking off the top of my head. Other games had Kinect functionality. So I feel like the Wii, and they did that with first-party support. And if you look at a lot of the Wii U games, not even the Wii U games, a lot of them are taking full control use of the Wii Pad.
The only two I know of that actually take use of, three that actually take use of the Wii U's capabilities is Zombie U.
Super Mario does
yeah.
because
Okay, so four.
that's a fifth player.
Yeah, so Super Mario U. Wind Waker HD. And Arkham City Armored Edition.
Okay, then I have a fifth one. I have Rayman Legends.
I
Rayman
played
Legends is probably one of the.
It's incredible.
It's honestly probably one of the best co-op experiences. Even though it was like a 3-minute demo at GameStop, it was probably one of the best co-op experiences I've had in a long time. It's so much fun. But that's the thing. So like this year when Nintendo puts out all these great games that people want. People want the new Super Smash Bros. People want the new Mario Kart. People want the brand new Zelda. First off, these are games that should have been coming out at launch. But that people, those are games that people are going to buy Wii U's for. Maybe not Super Smash Bros. Because I could just get it for the 3DS. But like, I can, but that's the thing. Like, boom, Zelda or Mario Kart. People will flock buy them because I'm pretty sure some people flocked and got when they saw Wind Waker came out. So boom, those games come out, and then third-party developers, and they'll see, and they have to have good Kinect functionality. Like maybe using the gamepad for Mario Kart to be able to flip through your you can collect multiple items. You can flip through and you can store them, and you can just use multiple items. Like if they take advantage of the functionality, then third-party developers will be like, okay, let's do something then. Oh, I don't know, put a mini map on the Wii Pad, which is basically the only use I've really seen the Wii Pad have in any games that are outside of it. So,
Or like in a sports game, have your playbook down there.
that would make sense.
Or like be able to draw up plays on Madden.
Yeah, so that's my 2 cents, at least on it.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with everything you guys said. To add a little bit to their marketing, the marketing is, I feel, the biggest thing that they could definitely improve on. It's just they're marketing to the wrong audience. They really are, because when you launch a system, I think the Wii is literally the only exception because it was so new and different and fresh that it appealed to so many more people. But when you launch a system, you have to appeal to those first adopters, those hardcore gamers that'll buy the fucking thing. Look at the PS4 and Xbox One. It's pretty much a pure gaming audience that has bought them. They're marketing to, like Sam was saying, like family stuff. That isn't there anymore. They moved on. They moved on to iOS things. They moved on to gaming on their tablets, where they can play fucking Candy Crush or whatever the fuck they want to play. A lot of the people that bought the Wii's just kind of let it sit there and, collect dust. You know what I mean? So they're marketing to the wrong audience. And then with their third-party development, with the PS4 and Xbox One, Microsoft and Sony, they market their third-party games that they know are popular and their fans want. Microsoft's going to market the fucking shit out of Titanfall.
They already have.
Yeah, I mean,
they did it before the console gen released.
Yeah. Sony's going to, market the fucking shit out of every new Assassin's Creed or Watch Dogs or Destiny or Batman or something. They market those third-party games that are really popular, that might help them, move units, or, people will buy it for their system. Nintendo doesn't do that. They're just like, here's this system, make games for it. There you go. So Nintendo really is going to have to rely on just them to move lots of units. And I was looking at some stuff. There's some site that tracks console sales and game sales, on a weekly basis. And the Wii U's still out front. It's up to 5.3 worldwide million. But the PS4 and the Xbox One are up to 4.4 and 3.3 respectively.
Because you can actually start finding them again.
Yeah. And so that means in about 2.5 months they have pretty much just completely demolished the Wii U almost. So, I mean, that's a problem. Another problem I feel is releasing Super Smash Bros. For the 3DS as well at the same time. Because there's a lot of people that would just run out there and buy a Wii U just to play Super Smash Bros.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's one of the biggest franchises that Nintendo has. Now, I'm not saying that releasing it for the 3DS is a bad idea at all. I'm saying releasing it at the same exact time is the bad idea, because they could move a lot of Wii U units, and then they could move a lot of 3DSs if they have, that version come out
later,
6 months later or something. Something like that. Now, to me, if they had these big titles, Mario Kart, Zelda, Super Smash Brothers, whatever. There's that one RPG everyone's freaking out over, X. If they had them coming out in 2013, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now. Because the Wii U would have sold like fucking crazy right by now. It's just, they put this system out a year too early, and the games are just, a year too late. And that's kind of a problem. However, Nintendo also has fucked up with the online. This is where they could have this great online experience like Xbox Live, like the PlayStation Network, but they haven't done that either. And yeah, I mean, I agree with Luke on the price. Drop the price to $200, and I'm sure there'll be a lot more people buying it. So yeah,
That was one thing. You kind of remind me about the online thing. this is a rumor. So big red flags, quotation marks, bold, underline, italics, red, big lettering. This is a rumor that Nintendo's already looking into their next gen specs.
I did hear that as well.
That is the worst thing that they could do.
Absolutely.
It is absolutely the worst thing.
They cannot afford to entirely abandon ship on the Wii U.
Now, I don't think they're going to abandon ship
because
on the Wii U. Like, I think they'll probably, if they were to quote-unquote abandon the Wii U, they're not going to do it this year or next year. They'd probably let the Wii U go out 5-6 years. They're probably
They
looking
have
at
to.
it now.
Yeah, but even if they're looking at it now, they should deny the fuck out of that. Because if they're already thinking about jumping ship on the Wii U, then everyone's going to jump ship on them. And they're not going to buy a Wii U.
And then they're going to
be like,
jump
I'm
ship.
going to just wait or something. So that's the stupidest thing. I mean, look at Sega with all their consoles. That's why they're not making consoles anymore. Because they would put out a console and be like, this isn't our future. Put out the next one. This isn't our future either. Now
that's why no one had
now
a
they're just a
Dreamcast.
third-party developer.
I had Dreamcast. What are you talking
I thinking about the price, at least from, I think 300 is a bit too much. Something like 250, 275 would be more realistic, just because it's, PlayStation 3 or 4 and Xbox One, what are they, like $400, $500?
$400 or
Yes.
$500.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of, it's halfway between the past generation, this generation now. So, I mean, somewhere a lesser amount, 250, 275 should be decent. But I think all the questions that people would go with asking, about the Wii U, let's say last year when it came out. All right, what's the Wii U? Because I don't know exactly what it is. I don't know enough about it. All right, so it's this. What is it? This thing that goes with your Wii? No, it's its own console. Oh, really? That's kind of neat. A Nintendo console. What are the games for it? Well, they only have a few games now. Nothing that special. Oh, so why would I want to buy it? Well, it's $300. It's just it didn't have that appeal right off the bat, where they should have, forced it down people's throats. And I feel like Nintendo is just a bit too conservative sometimes with their stuff. But examples being constantly releasing Mario. Not expanding Pokemon too much. I mean, a decent amount, but a lot of what people want with Pokemon, I feel they're a bit conservative on it sometimes. They keep putting out Zelda games, and I've never played Zelda much, but it seems they keep going with the same thing a lot. They need something new, which was the Wii U, but I felt there was nothing new to go along with that. New that's, what's it going to do for me, That I can't get it on the 3DS, or I can't play it on another console and have just as good of an experience.
Mm-hmm.
The thing with the price, though, is that, I don't think they should drop it, at least not now. I feel like the 3DS would have to drop in price before they drop
The Wii U.
the Wii U, because, you get it, because I just don't think that would look good if you had the 3DS XL as the same price as your big console. I just don't think that would look good. So maybe take it to $250. $250 would be a nice, good price, especially if the 3DS is still selling well and they can still keep the price up.
I feel it's kind of like, for what it's worth, Nintendo feels that they have a right to charge that price. Maybe they do, but it's just...
It's not worth it.
Yeah. People just don't see that.
Yeah, and $300 right now, there's just not enough games out to justify paying $300 for it. If they drop it to $250 and then they have all these other great, first party and, maybe third party titles out, then, it's the price is more justified because there's more to it, you know what I mean? But, if I was Nintendo too, I would have wrote a giant check to Rockstar and to, Irrational Games to get BioShock Infinite and GTA 5 on my system. That would have sold a lot. Those are huge games that people like to play.
I mean, Nintendo brought
Dummy.
Grand Theft Auto to the DS before, so it's not like they, you know.
But see, it's kind of got to work. Like there's got to be a purpose for like the Wii U's functionality with a game like GTA 5 or BioShock. Which BioShock I can see like the vigors and all that down there.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
GTA, you can manage your inventory. You can
Well,
basically
yeah,
do
I
all.
guess
You can have the map down there.
You could map, manage inventory.
Your cell phone or whatever.
Hell,
Yeah.
you could use the Wiimote, and that could be your steering wheel for when you get in a car and when you drive. Why the hell not?
Hook up the steering wheel.
I was watching Rev 3 Games, and Adam Sessler made such a good point. Is that Nintendo, for the first time, has put out a console without ideas for games to put out for it.
Yes.
For example, a lot of 3DS games, the 3D is so good that you're like, wow, this game was designed for 3D.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of games that they put out for the Wii, you could tell they were designed for motion control. Or, games with the GameCube and stuff.
That was
They
actually
even themselves haven't proven the greatness that gamepad could actually do.
that was actually like a big point for like Link Between Worlds was they wanted it to be top down, but they also wanted it to be 3D.
Yeah.
So when they went in and redid all of their object rendering for 3D.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's just Nintendo's in a bad spot. They're trying to make the right decisions, but they end up making all the wrong decisions.
But I feel that it'll bounce back because a lot of people will want to play Mario Kart, will want to play Super Smash Brothers, and definitely will want to play Zelda.
Hell, I want to play all
And
those
I
games,
agree with Sam, just really quick, not going to go too much into it, that they need a new franchise. They haven't had a new franchise since Eternal Darkness on the fucking GameCube.
They should put
It's
out
a long time without a new franchise.
They should
So-
put out a Fire Emblem.
Well,
for
Animal Crossing, but
That was
Yeah.
on the GameCube too.
Yeah, that was on the
Really?
GameCube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it
I know it was definitely on the Wii.
It was on the
I think
GameCube
it was on the
first.
Game-
It was on the
yeah.
GameCube
was on the
first.
GameCube first. But right now it seems like Nintendo is a Magikarp
They
using
could get an
Splash.
Animal Crossing on the Wii U. I mean, a lot of people like playing Animal Crossing, so
Yeah, so
there you go.
it's all kinds of stuff they could do.
Nintendo is a Magikarp using Splash, and it's proving to be ineffective.
I'm kind of wondering why Nintendo, being the creative company that it is, and being in Japan, a very creative place, you could say. I don't know why they didn't come up with a game like Journey or
Yeah.
some of the other games that went along with Journey. Something like that gets people talking.
Because they haven't evolved in the Gyarados yet.
Yeah. I mean,
Major Pokemon references.
Yeah.
yeah, it's just.
All right.
It's just they're just fucking up.
They need to place it.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
So
if they blaze it, maybe they'll get really good ideas.
some ideas, right? Some ideas.
So funny.
Ah, I'm a
Wow.
clown. So yeah.
The corn is being cooked.
So let us know your opinion on Nintendo and the Wii U, and yeah, like you said like twice already, blaze it.
Hitler.